Welcome to the very first podcast, Big Oily Men with Gus and Rainer.
Brought to you by Geekers Network.
Today's guest is Duddy, Salmonella, Cernoch.
How's it going?
How you doing?
I'm doing alright, man.
You feeling good?
I have food poisoning.
Nothing is more badass than that.
Yeah.
So this is our first podcast that we're doing. And you're luckily picking us up on the Geekers Network. We're jumping on that bandwagon right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You're riding the coattail.
Y'all are pretty much the third show that we're putting out, so.
Oh,
Hi.
look at us, number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know
just
what that
like in
means.
life.
Always getting a third.
Yeah. So what we hope to do with this podcast, initially right now, is mainly going to be wrestling based, and we're going to bring in friends that
Love the sport.
love the sport of wrestling. We might bring in some people that hate it. Might bring in some people that don't know anything about it, but we're going to talk about wrestling with them.
And we're going to try and do this on a bi-weekly thing?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, you always try to do stuff bisexually, so.
Oh, yes. The more the merrier. Always.
Always.
Stay greedy, people. Stay greedy. Oh, by the way, if you don't recognize our voices, I'm Rainer.
I'm Gus.
And our guest today, again, Salmonella Cernoch here.
My name's Duddy.
So, I kind of know Rainer's background on the wrestling. What's your background with wrestling? Where did it start for you?
Well, I guess I
Where
could
did the
say,
dream start, brother?
I came in about probably 98, just because I had two older brothers who were really into it. And, I mean, the first match I ever saw was, I believe it was I know Sting was in there. And I can't remember who he was facing, but I just remember being, astounded by Sting, mainly because I love the Crow so much.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he looks like the fucking Crow. But then also just, seeing a man, it was kind of because I was always been into superheroes, and you're just, watching these men there, and so you see someone in a costume, portraying, something like a superhero and stuff, or if he was a heel at the time, a villain, it's and so I thought, oh, there's actually, characters into this. And, of course I thought it was, completely unscripted for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, even whenever I found out it was scripted, I was like, well, it's still cool. I'm still into knowing what's going to go on every week. And, I dropped off for a long time, and I'd say I got back in around 2012, and I've just been sticking to it ever since.
Tight. I actually saw The Crow after I had been in wrestling, so I didn't get it. I was like, this is a Sting movie, but it didn't cross over well.
It's I don't know, growing up in with 90s kids, I was just everything that was big in the 90s was pushed onto me.
Yeah,
and so I found out about everything all at the same time. And I was just I think wrestling was the biggest one though. I think wrestling in the 90s was superior to how it even is now.
Yeah,
Because you had 2 companies, almost 3, if you want to count ECW, all fighting for it.
ECW was it wasn't the biggest dog in the fight, but it was still in the fight.
Yeah. They that's where most of the greatest wrestlers during the Attitude Era came from. That's from ECW. So we got that's basically where I got my wrestling from. Like you said, you had 2 older brothers. I had 2 older brothers. They started watching the WWE Network back then, WWF, their biggest wrestlers. Whereas The Taker, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. This was before Stone Cold and everyone else kind of started breaking through. And that's when I started watching. I know growing up, in the schoolyard, people were like, DX, suck it, suck it. Or they'll be like, Wolfpack, NWO, right here. And I was just, most of the time, I was a WWF fan. I know for some reason I just never got hooked to WCW. Mm-hmm. The one thing I really liked about WCW was Goldberg.
Yeah.
I mean the streak, his whole era and essence of him.
Yeah,
that was fucking cool.
The thing I liked about WCW was the weird matches that they had. They had something, I don't even remember what it was called. It was kind of like the Royal Rumble, but they had 3 rings.
Yeah,
They had that, and they had just cool, innovative stuff like that. They took the idea that was almost at this point everyone's done it, but they're well, let's put 2 more rings in there and make it a little interesting.
Yeah.
And they did something with 3 cages, wasn't it, or some shit like that?
Cage, on top of a cage, and there was another cage on top of that. They even did a movie with David Arquette, and he was the heavyweight champion.
Hey, man.
What, Ready to Rumble.
Ready to Rumble is one of the greatest movies of all time. It's one of the easiest quotable movies. I mean, goddamn Diamond Dallas Page!
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've never seen it.
What?
Really?
Never seen it.
How are you a wrestling fan and never seen Ready to Rumble?
I was a WWF fan,
That
man.
doesn't matter.
Also, by the way, another thing that I loved about WCW, Diamond Dallas Page and Karl Malone versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman.
Dennis the Worm
Rodman. Dude, those matches were fucking terrible, but for an 8-year-old Rainer Nava, those were the greatest things ever. Because, one, I was a big Chicago Bulls fan, but I'm over here like, DDP, fucking Karl Malone's got to win something. Let's go! He's not going to win no rings, he might as well bring a fucking wrestling match.
A really interesting aspect for you, Rainer. You weren't born in America. Like,
No.
You came in. How old were you when you came in?
4. I was 4.
You're 4 years old. So like, how did that ever come into like anything like with wrestling or like?
Do they have wrestling in the Philippines?
They showed WCW and WWE back home.
Okay.
And like I said, Royce and then whenever my 2 older brothers, when they first came in, they started watching it here live. And then, I'm the young little brother.
Yeah.
Everything they did, I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. And then you start talking around with kids in the playground, like, yeah, man, I'll watch this. And they're like, no, man, that shit sucks. And basically, that's how me and Gus became really close friends. Mm-hmm. First things first, we were Chicago Bulls fans, and we bonded over that. At the time, because that's changed also.
Because that was like back in the 90s, like
every kid growing up,
like,
if you didn't like Michael Jordan and Space Jam, you're a fucking outcast.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So.
But,
we have fought all over this house.
Oh, yeah.
We've had countless wrestling matches, like in here, there's a pool outside, and we fought in there, we fought all over this house.
We've had ladder matches, table matches. Mm-hmm. My little brother Reno slammed my head up against this actual couch right here. Nice. Gus threw me through another couch that we had. So we do a lot of fake stuff, but he powerbombed me, hit my head right in the back of the fucking piece of wood.
Oh my god!
And I was like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna win this, and I'm like, I can't kick out.
And I won.
He won. I won because I was seriously injured.
I think one of the main things that really got me into wrestling was whenever I first saw Royal Rumble. Because my automatic thought was that's just like the jungle gym at school. Just playing King of the Hill, throwing people off. Yeah. And that was my automatic thought was all these wrestlers just coming on into the ring, and then you have to throw them out one by one, and just that was the most epic thing ever. Seeing men who especially as a child, you're looking at them like they're gods because they're built just and just ready to take out anyone, and then you have them all going into a ring. I love WrestleMania and stuff, but there's something about that, especially whenever you get the crowd just doing the countdown to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then Drew Carey walks out. 2001.
Yep.
I forget the celebrities that come
dude.
Oh,
dude, I can't even remember all the celebrities that have been in wrestling matches in general.
All I can think of is Drew Carey right now. I was talking to my friend David about it the other day. There's there's been a lot of celebrities. Drew Carey's in the Hall of Fame, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Celebrity Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Mr. T is getting inducted this year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But he was one of the
Donald
big,
Trump
when
got
it first
inducted.
Started.
Yeah.
But he was one of the first innovators of WrestleMania. He actually hosted WrestleMania back-to-back years. The only time it's ever happened in the same city.
Yeah.
What did y'all think about whenever it started to become the family era?
That's when I left.
Really?
I left at the beginning of that too, because when I got into it, what was it it was in the peak of fucking Attitude Era.
Yeah,
that shit was
99.
that was way over the top stuff and really sexual stuff too with the women and everything was over sexualized and really vicious and
Sable,
it was badass.
You are.
And then
Terry Reynolds.
Oof.
Oh my god, titties. Put the puppies, Deborah.
The puppies.
Oh.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, when I got into that, and then it started changing gradually more into the family area. I was like, "Oh, this sucks now." So I stopped watching for a while, but I'm back in.
I was getting really deep into it, and then the merger happened, which was to me at the time, one of the coolest things ever. Because Shane McMahon bought WCW, and then Stephanie McMahon bought ECW, and I'm like, this is going to be the greatest thing, but then they managed to fuck it up because you're watching it. Of course, I'm a little older, I'm probably, junior high then? And you're watching the storyline, just starting to pay more attention to the storyline instead of just like, oh, this guy's beating up this guy. And they made it seem like the ECW and WCW guys could not win matches without help from original WWF guys.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's when I started leaving. I think Austin got ran over by someone. Of course, he had the neck injury.
Yeah.
And I just started kind of going away from that. I was into sports big time around that time. Girls were starting to look really attractive. I'm like, I need to make out with someone, and
girls actually being like sexually attracted to me in some weird way. Yeah. It's like, oh, fuck wrestling.
Yeah,
this girl's gonna rub up against my wiener at some point.
Plus, in junior high, you're trying to be cool. You can't bring up wrestling and be like, oh yeah, did you see The Rock hit that rock bottom on that one dude, and bitches across the hall like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're automatically like, oh, I bet you collect the toys too, you nerd. And you're like, I do, fuck.
I bet you still play Pokemon. I do.
If anyone wants to get their ass whooped in Yu-Gi-Oh, this is off subject, but I will whoop their ass in Yu-Gi-Oh to this day.
I was a Pokemon man. Actually, right there in front of us is my Pokemon cards collection.
Yeah,
nice.
Because I am a fucking nerd.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I think that you have to be a bit of an... I think that a lot of the wrestling audience, people think about it and they're like, oh, just a bunch of rednecks and stuff. It's usually a lot of nerdy people, people who love geeky culture and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's weird. Complex ran because they just did the. I think this one last Monday was in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. There's a lot of dudes that are into fashion, streetwear and shit.
Yeah,
they were at that fucking wrestle, and they had the belt and everything, and they ran a story on the best shoes there, and there was dudes that are deep in the shoe game. So I think it's cool that it's branched out to there's not if you really know anything about wrestling, there's not a stereotypical person anymore.
Yeah,
everyone can like it. Fuck, everyone loves Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's just those
Hulk Hogan for the older people.
Yeah, there's those iconic fucking figures.
And John Cena brought a lot of the younger crowd in. I feel because I remember just that was actually around the time because I remember the last. Whenever I first got out of it, my favorite wrestler at the time was Rey Mysterio.
Ah, yes.
I loved him and stuff. And then, I was watching John Cena come in, and I was like, oh, I don't... It might have just been me, being oh, I don't like how much he's into this rap stuff. But I don't know, I was just, totally
That was actually really him. He really was into rap stuff.
Yeah, I know, but, I don't know, it was just something about, I couldn't accept it at the time. But now, even coming back into it... And I came back into it saying, oh, fuck Cena and stuff. But now watching him and stuff, he's a showman. He knows what he's doing out there. And thanks to him, we have so many kids into it.
Yeah, it's been brought... John Cena actually has done a lot for, I think, for the company and just wrestling in general. Even, kids that aren't necessarily into it. I think it does stuff for, even lower level stuff, here in Odessa, the OSW guys.
Yeah.
Even if, there's, some kid that just knows John Cena, and that's going on in their town, they're well, fuck, I'm gonna go watch that. That's badass. I can see that in town. So, I think that's cool.
Definitely.
Have you guys ever had to defend your love for wrestling with anyone?
All the
when I was younger, I was that kid that when, because I don't have, older brother. I'm the oldest of two. But I had older cousins, and they were into it when they're the ones that got me into it. Mm-hmm. Well, as they got older, I was still mad into it. But they were older; they were getting their dicks touched, so they went away from wrestling. So they would fuck with me, and they'd be that shit's fake, and I'd be no, it's not, and I would cry.
Oh, dude, I remember crying.
Crying and be it's
still real.
Yeah, pretty
damn
much. It's not fake, and then after a while you kind of realize it's staged, but it's I think it's really insulting to actually call it fake.
As staged as it, as much process goes into the writing, which you got to give props to that.
Oh yeah,
people working their ass off for that, but also at the same time, motherfuckers are getting hit with chairs.
Yeah,
that's not fake. You're not gonna fake that.
Yeah, there's only
I was gonna say, what the cool thing about wrestling? Yes, there's already a sorted winner,
Yeah.
You know who's gonna lose, who's gonna win, but at the end of the day, you still gotta act it out.
Mhm.
It's the most purest form of acting because one, it's live,
Yeah.
and two, they're putting their bodies out on the line every time.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't know if someone's gonna tear an ACL
It's over.
or get a concussion.
Yeah.
We've all seen it. You know, Triple H tore his quad off.
Brock
I mean,
Lesnar gave him
Brock
some gnarly ass.
Brock Lesnar tried to do
concussion.
a shooting star press, gave
Mm-hmm.
him the hell of a fucking concussion. Of course, you know almost every wrestling fan knows this. Owen Hart at that pay per view,
Oh yeah.
whenever he fell. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen, and you gotta give it up to these guys. They're on the road all the time,
Yeah.
and they're out there performing 24/7.
And they're at like peak physical condition.
Yeah.
Like,
a
for the
year
most part,
round.
like, yeah.
I could barely fucking get through a workout now. You know?
Yeah.
Do y'all ever separate like y'all's love for the wrestling characters and then like them as like human beings themselves? Like, do you ever go look at like interviews of them and stuff?
Like, as they're older.
Yeah, or just at any point in time. Like Mick Foley, like he's always been like one of my favorite wrestlers, but then like now he's become one of my favorite human beings.
Yeah.
Like he's just the things that he does for the world, like for helping out the world. Like he did a whole campaign just trying to convince kids that Santa Claus is real to keep that alive.
Yeah.
Like, and you think about that, and you're like, this is the guy who was having his face slammed into nails.
Yeah.
They ripped his fucking ear off.
Yeah,
Get thrown through a hell in a cell.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like
I
all
th-
those, like just like
I think he might have been the one who went through the most.
Actually, if anyone took the most beatings during the Attitude Era,
yeah.
Mick Foley.
Yeah,
Holy crap. That Hell in a Cell
Alone.
with Taker alone
Mhm.
was enough. But then he had the I Quit match with The Rock where I've seen the documentary, he took unchecked chair shots to the head. And if you watch that fight, he took more than 50 unchecked
Yeah.
chair
Yeah.
shots to the head.
And then you got the like boiler room match with Taker.
Undertaker, yeah.
mm-hmm.
That was a fucking hellacious thing too.
And then
like,
Triple H and him,
and all the fucking things with Terry Funk.
yeah,
Mhm.
and that was
That's
that,
not
was, that
Attitude
was that
Era.
wasn't even Attitude. That was before. That was in Japan.
Yeah, he did
and-
that before doing all this. Like he was already.
But and then when, like I said, when you look up his stuff and he does all these great things, you're like, oh my god, these people are not crazy.
Mhm.
They're really just good entertainers with good hearts, and they want to put a good product out there that the fans will love, and we do. You know which ones that do the good work, and you want to support them.
True.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think about like what's going on? Like, what are some of the plots that are going on like now with Raw?
Right now, we're 2 weeks away from WrestleMania.
So I guess
Yeah.
the main one to talk about, Daniel Bryan getting in the main event. That's a
Yes.
big thing. Him and
Mhm.
Triple H are gonna fight. How do y'all think that's gonna play out? Honestly.
Honestly, you want to know what I want to happen? What I want to happen is Triple H and Daniel Bryan are fighting, and then CM Punk comes out and interferes in the match. Lets Triple H win, and then has to starts a storyline fighting Daniel Bryan leading up to his contract, which expires after SummerSlam. That's what I want to happen. Should I be a writer? Yes. Am I a writer? No, because WWE Creative don't know what the hell is good for them.
That's how I feel about the Academy.
But I do like the direction that they're going. But I really truly believe Daniel Bryan's going to win. Because that main event headliner, once Batista won the Royal Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
was shot to hell. It was,
Yeah.
it was terrible. No one wants to see Randy Orton versus Batista for main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They want the good guys to win. I mean, that's literally why we tune in, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I think Daniel Bryan's going to win it, go into the WrestleMania main event, get coordinated at the biggest stage ever at the 30th anniversary of all places.
Yeah.
You know, why not? Bring in the new wave, because let's face it, Orton, Batista, Triple H, hell, Taker, even Brock Lesnar are all yesterday's news.
Yeah.
Let's start bringing in some of the new, younger blood, the fresh stuff. Don't get me wrong, love Taker. He's my 1A, 1B favorite wrestlers of all time. But, 22-0. He's 21-0 right now. And he's going to fight Brock Lesnar, which is another storyline at WrestleMania.
What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on the?
My whole thing, I mean, like, of course, for people who don't know, CM Punk left. Like,
Yeah.
just out of nowhere, correct? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just...
Yeah.
And I'm honestly still not sure on what the reason is. I mean, it's something to do with like how he wanted the main event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like creative differences pretty much, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
He didn't want to fight Triple H, and that's where they were heading with it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
These are all insider stuff that I've been reading.
I heard it was supposed to be Daniel Bryan and Kane at WrestleMania, and then CM Punk and Triple H, and then...
He didn't want it, because let's face it, CM Punk is one of the greatest wrestlers right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's great on the mic, he's pretty good in the ring, and... You know, he just brings in the fans.
He's been doing it since he was like 15. So
yeah,
he's well-rounded, well-trained, and
well respected.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll have to say, like, he's definitely my second favorite wrestler right now, and because of that being like, Daniel Bryan is my number one right now. Like, I mean, ever since I saw him, I was just like, what is this dude? Like, what the first time I saw him do the ripping the signs, it blew my fucking mind, and I was just like, this dude's cool. As much as I would love to see Punk come back the way you said, I don't want anything taken away from Daniel because he's already had so much, especially with these past pay-per-views.
True.
Like, and, you know, everything going on with Triple H and him, just, like...
It's great.
It is great, but, like, you know, at that last pay-per-view event where you're sitting there like, oh, this is Daniel's moment and stuff, and then Triple H just comes out, fucking destroys him, and it's just like, it's all done. It's like... Give the man a chance. After you give him one shot, then just take him down. But I just want to see him have one solid victory.
And he's won cleanly, which is, you know, hard to do with writing. Mm-hmm. And he's never lost to Orton cleanly.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, they need to coordinate him now before it gets stale.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could only push a character in so much until, you know, falling off.
Just goes straight down.
Yeah.
Look at Zack Ryder. I don't know if you guys have... See, I don't even know, because I'm a nerd. But yeah, he had a good push there about 2 or 3 years ago, and then they did nothing with him. Mm-hmm. And now, I don't even see him fight on WWE anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, it's just a cautionary tale.
What do you want from it?
What I want is Daniel Bryan to beat Triple H. What I think's going to happen is Triple H wins.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be cleanly or not. He's going to win, and I think he actually goes on and wins the main event.
I hope not.
I think that's what they're going to do, just mainly because, like, stuff going on with the Authority and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have, like, the Shield turning against them and stuff, or, like, not really turning against them, but they're not their, like, lapdogs anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it's going to go... that's where I think it's going. Triple H wins it all at WrestleMania.
I truly hope not. Also, what I kind of also want to happen, Daniel Bryan beats Triple H. Triple H, after the match, shakes his hand, respects him. So, Daniel Bryan goes into the triple threat match. He's got the momentum going, but then Batista and Orton gang up on him. And then Triple H comes and saves his ass and turns...
I don't think that'll happen.
I can see...
Either turns babyface or turns Daniel Bryan heel.
I think if anyone's going to come save him, that might be the point where they have Punk come out.
Yeah.
Oh!
That would be the most logical, and I think that would be tight.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't see Triple H. Triple H is a great heel, and he's a great where he's at.
Yeah.
I think if they changed him, it would just...
I mean, and plus all the stuff that him and Daniel have been through, like, remember whenever he was trying to make him a corporate boy, and, like, was like, shave your beard and stuff.
Yeah.
We had that great montage of him eating a steak.
Eating a steak. Getting
so sad.
Haircut, yeah. Vegan diet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's terrible.
But yeah, I mean, he's just put him through so much hell, and I can't see them coming back from it.
Daniel Bryan and CM Punk.
I knew CM Punk was, but I didn't know Daniel Bryan was too.
Mm-hmm. It's a fad or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with their lives.
It's gay.
Ooh, burning bridges.
Rainer's a racist.
Whoa, what?
They're not a race.
Bigot? I prefer bigot.
Yeah.
Rainer, the Filipino racist.
I am from Texas, you call me a bigot.
You telling me you come here from a place that's not America and you're gonna judge people? Not in my town, brother.
My God-given talent And right. Damn it.
Did you mean right?
No, talent and right.
I guess you're not wrong.
I'm not.
The Philippine demolition. Rainer,
the Filipino bigot.
Yes. And I would come out to shitty Oakwood
cock
music. Shitty Oakwood music. That's what I would come out to.
They don't make shitty music.
no one knows who that is.
I'm sorry. I promoted a shitty band on this
It's
podcast.
cool. I'm part of the Oakwood Street team.
Oh!
I've been slapping their stickers everywhere, trying to get them on Fueled by Ramen.
Well, what's some other WrestleMania storylines you're
The Andre the
excited
Giant Battle
Ooh.
Royale. Who do you think is going to win it? 30 men come in, over the top. Battle Royal. Who's going to win it, guys?
Sheamus.
You want Sheamus to win?
I want Sheamus to win. I love me some Sheamus, and
That Irish bastard.
I think that he deserves it, man. He's another person who gets screwed over a lot.
Yeah.
As long,
I think it's due to his pastiness.
yeah.
So much paste because everyone else in the locker room tans and they're like,
Honestly, anyone could win for me though, as long as it's not Dolph Ziggler.
oh man, I love Dolph.
I
He brings so much energy.
hate him. I hate his now ex-girlfriend.
His on-screen ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because I think his real-life ex-girlfriend is Amy Schumer.
Really?
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler dates Amy Schumer?
They did
pisses me off.
And that apparently she went on some interview and said that she had the best sex with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, look at his body. Not to be
God,
not to be
dang
gay,
it,
because
man.
I'm a fucking bigot. But like, you know,
Not that I suck dick.
not that I suck
But if I suck dick,
it was delicious, and it would be Dolph Ziggler's dick.
Just his ripped hard body, all the oil just rubbing up against my back.
The way he shakes his ass before his song comes out.
His Speedos that say juicy.
That's not him. That's badass Billy Gunn actually.
What does Dolph's pants say then?
Show off
Show on his butt.
on his butt because I'm looking right at it in the entire match. Revelation on the podcast. Rainer likes Dolph Ziggler. Is he gay? No, but he'll go gay for Dolph Ziggler.
And still be a bigot about it.
Is he thinking about it?
I just imagine you just like, yeah, you gay
You-
motherfucker.
Take it. You take that, you faggot.
One episode. That's all it took.
I think there hasn't been one episode on the Geekers Network that hasn't had accidental racism, so it's okay.
This is...
Anyway, back to the
Oh
conversation.
no, hold on. I blow and put on the Dolph
Okay.
Ziggler thing.
Go for it.
I don't picture it being... I just picture y'all being on a lovely date. He would
Yeah.
take you somewhere nice. Y'all be eating. There'd be another gay couple. You'd be eating your steak, and you'd just look at him and be like, "You're going to fucking hell." And then you would just like,
I love you.
Then y'all would talk about how much y'all love each other.
That's probably what would happen.
I'd go to hell for you.
He seems like a classy guy.
Yeah.
He would take me on a date.
Might.
Okay, so Duddy,
Andre the Giant. Yeah, that's what it was.
I want anyone but Dolph to win, preferably Sheamus.
Duddy wants Sheamus to win, not Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
So who do you want to win, and who do you not want to win? Since that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
Who the I don't even know who's on this one.
Basically, everyone who's
Yeah,
not
everyone
in the match
that's like,
in WrestleMania.
I know you want the Great Khali to win.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Or his midget.
Is El Torito in this? That's who I want to win.
El Dorito.
El Torito.
Oh, El
Bull.
Torito. Yeah, the
Yeah.
bull. Yeah.
That's who I want to win.
That's who you really want to win?
Yeah, why not?
Wait,
He was in the Rumble.
He did pretty
Sin
good.
Cara?
No, not Sin Cara. El Torito.
Yeah, but is Sin Cara going to be
I'm sure
there
he
as well?
will be.
Okay.
30 men, yeah.
I could be down with Sin Cara going as well.
Sin Cara. I'd like a little guy to win it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm alright with that. The real obvious one is like Big Show. I know you were thinking Big Show's going to win. I hope they don't do that. It's just I feel like it's what I feel like it's like is like when there's like an old dude at the company and there's room for a promotion. You have all these other guys that can actually do something. And they're just like, "You've been here long enough. That's you. Get up there, buddy." It's just it's and they're really that's one complaint I do have about the current writing and the way that the storylines are working is that they're not really bringing up the younger kids. They're just like
I was complaining about that earlier.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
It's okay.
It's
So who do you want to win for it?
Like Gus said, I really, for the exact reasons Gus hates it, Big Show to win. Because he's the biggest athlete, he's been around the longest, he doesn't really hold the title long, and it's the Andre the Giant one. Yeah, I mean, when he first emerged, who did they compare him to? Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the Giant for the while?
Yeah, his name was the Giant in WCW for a while.
See, I love how you can look at it like from a professional stand view, because all I ever see is I'm like, Big Show's a bully.
Yeah, well,
I fucking hate him.
Yeah, well, see, because Big Show doesn't get a lot of pushes. Because he's really hard to wrestle with. Guys are basically half his size, and only 3 to 6 people can lift him and throw him around. So I kind of think it'd be nice, give him this, and I think he's, in his late 40s, early 50s, he's going to fade away.
Yeah.
Good way to send him off, you know?
Yeah.
I think this award should be to the veterans who can't get pushes, you know?
Okay.
Christian, Rey Mysterio, those guys who's been around long enough. But you can't really push a WWE title on them because they're old. They've been champions.
Yeah.
And you can't promote that. I mean, that's how I feel.
I changed my answer.
Well, Sheamus has been a champion too, but he's still young enough to where they can still push him because he's in his 30s.
I don't care about Sheamus anymore.
Oh,
here's how I want it to go down. All 30 men, did their shit and stuff, and there's only 3 left. Mark Henry,
Yeah.
Big Show,
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
They take Dolph Ziggler and they fart in his face and throw him out the ring. And then it's just the most epic match between Mark Henry and Big Show. Because you got the world's strongest man, and I don't know what the Big Show is.
He's just the Big Show, man.
Yeah, I mean,
he's literally
because I always forget, I love Mark Henry. Anytime he comes out, just like that walk, just he's full of power.
Yeah. I think there should be like a veteran showcase. Like bring out Jericho for like the one-time thing.
Yeah.
Just bring out the veterans. This is like they're honoring Andre the Giant. Honor some of the veterans that can't get pushes.
Yeah. All right.
Because the young guys are gonna get theirs. I mean, I'm hoping. Shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been wondering this because I'm still not that aware of how it works. Now that Kane's corporate Kane, can he still wrestle even though
He still does.
Okay.
He still does. He had a match with Dan O'Brien the other week.
Yeah, last week.
Did he come out as Kane style or just in that suit?
I mean, he comes out in the suit, takes off the shirt, he wrestles in the suit pants.
Okay.
And that's another way to promote him because you can only have so many executive spots. So I'm just saying, get the veterans that have been around that still entertain, give them something to tout about because the belt should really go to the young talent and who can carry the company on their back.
Definitely.
The way Austin did, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, the greats, That's who you get the titles to. But the guys who can't break it, for some reason they're bad on the mic or they just don't have the ring talent, give them this stuff. The Andre the Giant Memorial Award. Because you can't, like I said, you can't give them titles. If they're terrible at the mic, you can't give them the titles, even though that's what they're fucking doing with Batista and Randy Orton, some of the worst fucking speakers in the WWE.
Yeah.
So I will also say I'm changing my answer again. I'm just adding to it. Whenever they fart in Dolph Ziggler's face and they throw him, I want them to throw him into the Miz, who I also hate. And then the Wyatt family comes out and says, you've been waiting for this, and they finally just rape him. I swear that's all we're waiting for.
And then I come out, you fucking bigots!
Wait, bigots?
You fucking bigots! Yeah. That's where I'm going with it. That's where I went with it.
You're just passing the blame because you're so full of guilt. You love Dolph.
Because I love Dolph. I'm defending Dolph. That's why I was like, you fucking bigots.
I just figured there's some bigot union or a convention they all would meet at. They'd be like, whoa. You're part of Bigot Union 143. I know you.
What do y'all think about the Wyatts, man?
Oh, dude, I love the Wyatts.
Yeah,
the Wyatts is so cool.
The first time I saw them, I was like, I love this. What is, you remember that episode where they were teasing them throughout the whole thing? And you're just like, what is this? Viral video stuff?
Yeah.
Viral videos?
Viral videos. But yeah, whenever I saw that happen, and then they finally come out, we're here.
Yeah.
and then he blows out that candle, and then he comes out with a light bulb.
Yeah, he comes out with the LED thing.
That's the only thing.
That's the only. Yeah, that's the same way. I think they're really good in the ring. I think they're amazing. Like Bray Wyatt, his promos, his work on the mic is
great, phenomenal.
Yeah, I was gonna say
phenomenal.
And I think they're a perfect match for the Shield because I'm a huge Shield fan.
I wasn't about the Shield when I came in.
I was.
I thought Roman Reigns was cool. I still don't like Dean Ambrose, mainly the hair.
Okay.
They had a match actually against the Wyatts, and that's kind of what churned me. So when Seth Rollins was just clearing the ring and he was like doing a whole bunch of high flying stuff, and he was just they showcased like how good they actually are, and I was like, okay, I'm about the Shield now.
I will give creative this. They were good with the last two heel factions. When they brought the Shield out about Survivor Series, not this last one, but the one before, and then the Wyatts, the way they brought both in, and the way the fans took to them. Of course, creative has to write for a lot of people. For the younger fans, they're writing them bad. And for the older fans, like, oh, these guys are cool. These guys are fucking cool,
Yeah.
And they wrote them in perfectly well. The young kids hate them. Us guys were like, oh, these guys are badass, and they have talent.
Yeah.
They really do.
Most definitely.
Right now, if I'm going to grade them, I would say the Wyatts are a better faction. Clearly, though, it's really Bray Wyatt stealing the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you take all 6 of them, and then you go, which one's the best speaker out of all of them? Bray Wyatt. And the rest of them kind of just like,
he's probably the best speaker right now, though.
Eric Rowan at the bottom.
Yeah.
He really is. And he's great.
It's kind of like, it's like Bray Wyatt and his 2 retarded brothers. That's what it seems like. 'Cause they just sit there and like, I don't know, the bald one, he'll just sit there and stare. That's all he does is just, and he's just like, I don't know, but that works because of the fact that he's such a good speaker. Like, it's an amazing character, and I feel like we're not getting that enough in wrestling. Like, just having random, just amazing characters come out.
Yeah.
Which also is probably the reason why John Cena actually agreed to fight Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, because two things I like about these two guys, John Cena and Big Show, they push the younger characters. From what I hear in, from the dirt sheets,
from the grapevine,
they push the younger characters, and I think that's why he wants to fight with Bray Wyatt, because he's really good at what he does. He's good in the ring, he's good on the mic, and that's all you can basically ask for any wrestler.
Yeah,
because you're trying to bring in fans. And he's done it, and I'm sold. I'm sold on the Wyatt family, big time.
I like what they're doing there with the Cena versus the Wyatts, or Bray Wyatt and like the head of the Wyatts. I think that's the most logical thing, and I think it's the fucking best thing, because like it's the fucking the best good guy that you have, the highest good guy, and then
the resident good guy.
Yeah, and then you have like the bad guys. Like, you're fighting like good and evil, and they're playing on that really well, and they're playing on it a lot. Who do you think takes that match at WrestleMania?
Oh man, you know what? Cena's. You look at his track record; he has no ego about winning at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If anything, Cena just put out a good show, and I think the way Bray's going, keep him winning. He beat Bryan at Royal Rumble. He's been on a roll. Fucking let him roll over John Cena. Why not?
Yeah.
And see where that takes him. Because he's got everyone's attention. Creative, fans, everyone. So, let's keep it going. Why stomp the flame out? You got a good thing going. Vince McMahon, make more money. And that's the best way you can do it.
I honestly think that during that match, a unwritten event could happen where, like, because you remember, like, just real recently, like, Cena had to drop out because of his elbow.
Yep.
I don't think he's taking that good care of his body. And it's because
they call him Superman in the locker room.
Really?
Yeah, because he's the most fit and most dedicated out of
he's working out and stuff, but I don't think like he's taking care of his injuries.
He doesn't take enough time off to heal.
He doesn't.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's why I think Bray Wyatt's going to win. I think it's really works well in the storyline that like someone finally takes down John Cena, and they're going to do it where John Cena goes away for a little bit,
he needs a break.
Let him make some
movies.
movies.
Get some break. Yeah. Maybe make a movie. The Marine 3.
It's already made.
Oh yeah, that was The
Duddy's favorite.
No, but like it'll give him a chance to rest. It'll give him a chance.
Go fuck Nikki Bella, you know.
Yeah, do all that, and then it'll give him some time to let the Wyatts be the fucking who they need to be. It'll put them over, and it'll fucking. They'll still be the heel, and they'll still be fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, if anything, they'll have way more power now because like they can be like, we're gonna do to you what we did to Cena. You're gonna go away. Mm-hmm. I think that's tight. And I hope they do that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Dud?
I mean, honestly, I just
Duddy Salmonella Cernoch.
I just totally forgot what we were talking about. I was looking at this thing trying to figure it out if it was raisins on there.
Yeah, that are raisins. It's my mom's macaroni, chicken macaroni salad. It's Filipino. It's delicious.
Hi.
Yeah.
I've never had Filipino cuisine, so it scares me.
Oh, well, next time we have a big Filipino party, and I bring some lumpia and some egg rolls and some pancit.
I'm really big in the Filipino community.
Gus is actually more known in the Filipino community than I am.
Oh, okay.
Which is the main reason he's in the Asian delegation.
So, like, I'll let you know when the next one is because it'll be sooner than
sooner than I'll know.
Well, sorry, but yeah, what was the question?
Cena versus Wyatt.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be an unwritten thing. Like I think it's just gonna be like, I honestly think like he's gonna get one good move on Cena, and then maybe his elbow or the leg, something's gonna go out, and Cena's just like, out. He's like, just cut it.
Yeah,
we gotta stop here.
Well, there was that one one Raw like a couple weeks back where I think he did hurt his leg.
He hurt his knee.
He kept it going though.
Yeah.
Like I said, they call him Superman because he will keep the show going.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, whenever he fought Daniel Bryan last year at SummerSlam, he tore his tendon in his left elbow, and he wrestled with it. And they put, I would say, to put a grade on it, B plus. Of course, he was hurt. They didn't land some moves cleanly. I saw it on the WWE Network, and it was pretty good. Storyline wise, it was great. Whenever Randy Orton came in, Triple H pedigree, Daniel Bryan, it was one of the best matches ever. Storyline, everything.
Definitely.
So, but like back to John Cena, he'll fight through it just because he is really about the business. He likes to entertain and he just wants to.
Yeah, whether you like him or not, he's actually like I said earlier, he's done a lot for the business and he really has dedicated a lot of stuff to it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is there any other more WrestleMania matches? Those are the
Taker
main ones.
and Lesnar. I want to know y'all's take on that. I'm going to tell y'all mine.
Go ahead.
The streak ends.
Oh.
Lesnar beats it. They've been building up to that in the promos. Taker's getting old. I'm going to call Lesnar beats Taker. I think it's going to be a great match.
You really think it's going to be a great match?
I do. Taker, when he does WrestleMania, he does good. Lesnar's in good shape. He's got good cardio. Obviously, he did the UFC thing. He was champion in UFC.
Oh, yeah.
So he's in the shape to do it. I think...
They've had good matches before.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I think it's a Taker WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
It means too much for it to be a bad match. If it goes out there and it's shit, and it's just going to look bad on the business.
Yeah. I think you're right. The streak ends, man. Taker is up there in age.
Yeah,
and you can only do so many time slots for Undertaker every year.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, you got to start bringing in the young guys. And it's been a great ride. It's been one hell of a ride.
And I think it's going to set it up for possibly Lesnar versus
Daniel Bryan, hopefully,
or Triple H.
Or Triple H again. They
Maybe.
just did that. I hope not. They just did that.
I have so many issues with this because like I want the Undertaker streak to be gone, you know, because of like the obvious reasons y'all stated. I hate Brock Lesnar. Like I don't want it to be him who takes it.
Why do you hate Brock Lesnar so much?
It goes back to because whenever I got into Brock Lesnar, it was before I even knew that he was a WWE. It was my UFC fandom and stuff, and so like I hated the fact that he would just sit on people and stuff and. Like you know,
strategy.
Yeah, and it is strategy, but like it's just such a boring find. Something people are always just like, yeah, he's the best, and it's like he's the best at sitting on people.
When he hit that triangle choke on Shane Carwin,
that
just showed you his fighting intelligence.
Yeah,
because before that fight, I was joking, oh, he's going to win second round submission. And he nailed it. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I didn't even know he knew how to do a triangle choke on the ground. So I respect him for that because he's a really smart fighter when he was in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he can't take a punch.
Yeah. Well, he actually does have, like, NCAA titles in wrestling, too. So
that's also part of it. Like I said, strategy.
It's all...
I mean, he's great at what he does and stuff. But, I mean, like, my fandom for wrestling, it always goes into characters. So, I mean, I guess mainly because, like, I'm such a huge person into, like, film and TV. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm always looking at the characters and stuff, and it's just, like, it's a character I can't get along with. I don't like... I hate Paul, too.
Oh, what? Okay, Paul Continue, and we will get back to that subject.
I mean... I love me some Punk. That's where my Paul hate comes from. Mm-mm. So, but yeah, like I hate them together. I hate how I hate Paul having errand boys. Like I hate that crap. Like everything gets solved through Lesnar. Like Paul's finally gonna get it handed to him, you know, and then Lesnar just comes out.
That's the beauty of Paul's character. You're supposed to hate him, so you're actually buying into what they're selling.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
He's a great mouthpiece for wrestlers who doesn't know how to work the mic.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I love him.
Mouthpiece.
Yeah, I love him being on the mic. It's like I'm sitting there like, oh, I hate you. I mean, I love seeing Lesnar on TV too. As much as like I hate them, it's just like I want them to lose, you know.
Yeah.
But I look forward to Paul being on the mic because it's just so like that man has a way with words in a wrestling ring that not many people have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Paul Heyman has brought up a bunch of amazing wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
Little known fact. He brought in Mick Foley once WCW was like... Actually, WCW wanted to keep signing him, and he said, no, I'm not going to be a star here. He called up Paul Heyman, and was like, yeah, let's do it.
Huh.
Stone Cold Steve Austin grew up in ECW. That's where he started most of his good mic jobs, with Paul Heyman. There's a lot of Paul Heyman guys out there.
Mm-hmm. Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
A lot of the ECW guys. So, I don't know, man. I really like Paul Heyman. He's a great manager. Great mouthpiece.
Oh, yeah.
Gus just left. He went to go...
Yeah, now I feel like that moment in Wayne's World where, like, Garth is left by himself.
Hey, guys. I don't know what to do. Well, okay, now that Gus is left, let's do this. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Ooh, man, it comes down to Mick Foley, man. Just like, you know, Cactus Jack, all those great characters he had.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, I mean...
Dude Love.
Oh, Dude Love. Oh, God. I mean, the fact that, like, this man is so well known in the wrestling community and outside the wrestling community. Everything he did in the ring, like, him getting his face slammed into nails. I was like, no, like, I had a fear for the first time in wrestling that someone I love was going to die.
Yeah.
And the fact that he overcame all that, and he's like, you know, he does everything, like, even though his family, he's like, yeah, my family hates us and stuff, but, like, this is my job, this is what's keeping us, you know, this is what's keeping our bellies full.
One of the things that Gus absolutely loves about Mick Foley is that, since I guess Hollywood Hulk Hogan, almost every main champion or favorite superstar, oily, muscled up guy. The Macho Man, Hulk, the Road Warriors, the Ultimate Warrior. Look at Austin, The Rock. I'm talking built, muscular guys.
Yeah.
Mick Foley, he's your average dude. Look at him. He ain't got no six-pack. No. He is throwing everything he's got into it. Yeah. That's I do love that about him.
And I don't know if y'all know one of the coolest stories ever, but Mick Foley was walking around town one time, some town, and he's just walking and he hears, "Hey, Mick!" He looks around, and it's George W. Bush in a limo, and he goes, "Bang, bang!"
Lie.
Yeah,
that's not true.
Mick Foley stated it on the Nerdist podcast. He's talking about it.
Oh my god!
I was like, man, like this dude's so well known that even like one of our presidents of the United States. Of course, it makes sense that George Bush is the one who likes wrestling, but like it's still cool.
We are in Texas, damn it! Of course he likes wrestling. That California-born motherfucker.
Connecticut?
I thought he was born in California.
Connecticut.
Oops.
We're not a political podcast.
No politics.
That's gonna be my next one. Big oily politics. With just Gus, not Rayner.
Red Wings with Rayner.
What?
Is that your Republican podcast?
That's my Republican podcast.
Red Wings?
Red Wings. Red Wings. There's no Detroit here either.
There is a Detroit.
Yeah, okay, you can start Blue Streak, the Democratic. I'll start a libertarian.
It'll just, like, Blue Streak will just be the, just me talking to Martin Lawrence.
Wait, Martin Lawrence?
It'll just be you doing every episode a different commentary on Blue Streak.
Yeah, just me and Martin Lawrence watching Blue Streak.
Different commentary.
You'll be like, haven't I told you the story about the scene? Yeah, Martin. What was Martin like? And you'd be like, it was crazy. And then it'll be silence for a while. We're enjoying the movie. We're not just gonna. We're not here for you guys.
You just hear the audio from the movie in the background. Oh shit. Okay, so when you left,
I had to go pee and blow my nose.
I asked Duddy who's his favorite wrestler of all time, and you guys had the same answer.
Oh yeah, Mick Foley, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like one of the things that brought me and Gus together, like as friends, is like we found out how much we love Mick Foley. Before that, we hated each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Listen to you and Panky's thing. Do you just hate everyone that you've met in the first time?
Yeah,
Because like even you said like I hated Panky, and then I got to know him. Like, oh dude, Panky's fucking cool.
No, that was a joke between me hating him, but no, that's true. I hated a lot of the people
that I grown to love. Hate him.
TJ.
No, I like
Matt
TJ. TJ's cool.
Oh,
Don't like him because of his shorts.
We haven't brought this up yet.
oh yeah. FYI for the viewers and the listeners.
Viewers,
This is a live podcast.
This is a live podcast.
Anything can happen. It's wacky.
We have Oakwood.
Two-thirds.
2/3 of Oakwood, minus the sexy one, Noah.
The pussy side of Oakwood's here.
The pussy side of Oakwood is here.
Noah's doing cool stuff.
Can I do a promo?
Noah's lifting weights.
Can I do a quick promo for Oakwood?
Yeah.
Like the way we brought in Dustin there?
No.
Here in the background, in the first podcast of Big Oily Men with Gus and Rainer, we have Nurse, the Destroyer TJ in the house, and Matt, Pokemon Master Dwyer.
Hell yeah, I'll take that.
Brought to you by Geekers Network. I also would have gone with like Dad Short Dwyer. I worked the mic a little better. It's alright. Oh lordy. So who's your favorite wrestler?
Oh, mine. I have 1A and 1B, and it is.
Well, it's just ask for one.
Oh.
I'm fucking with you. Go.
Of course, when I first started watching, saw a lot of Bret Hart.
Yeah.
The best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. Great tactician in the ring, no wasted movements, and a lot of people, you know, they have finishers. Stone Cold Stunner, Rock Bottom, GTS. You hit them. Bret Hart, he's breaking your fucking back, and that's his finisher, and you will submit to his will. That's one of the greatest things I loved about him. And his wrestling had story to it, because he's breaking your legs down, he's hurting your back, and he's setting you up for his finisher. And we're missing that a lot nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Like Ryback, just to pick on one wrestler, he just beats you up. It's just a bunch of beat up. With Bret Hart, he's a smaller guy. He has to be a tactician in the ring, and that's what I absolutely love about him.
Nice.
And then my other favorite wrestler, Undertaker. Come on.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the dead man rolls his eyes in the back of his head. I mean,
American
come on.
Badass.
American Badass.
I don't think I like that. Like, I really like The Undertaker. I like Kane a lot more. But I don't think I'll like American Badass Undertaker. That doesn't sound fun.
It was cool.
It was badass.
It was pretty cool. Especially
the last ride, he had a different
he had a different finisher.
Yeah,
it was a power bomb, but instead of he would pick you up above his head and then slam you.
Alright, I mean, the wrestling aspect of it might be fun, but
like one of my favorite matches I saw with American Badass Taker was a ladder match on Raw versus Jeff Hardy. And I love Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I love the Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys. But that match was fucking awesome too.
Oh yeah.
And he overpowered Jeff, but he's like, I'm gonna break you, and he just started beating up on him. But then Jeff started fighting back. It was a great storyline. I'm all about the story and the story you tell in the ring.
Yeah.
And that's how I judge most wrestlers nowadays. That's why even though you hate Dolph, that's why I like him, because he doesn't enforce his will. He can go with any wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I absolutely love. Daniel Bryan too. He can fight with anyone. It's the guys who are one-trick ponies. Big Show, you can't do much with. Surprisingly, I like John Cena as a wrestler. Some people say he's stiff. I'm like, he can fight with almost anyone. Yeah,
I think he's really good in the ring. I might catch some shit for this. A dude I like in the ring, I feel it doesn't get a lot of due. Randy Orton.
Randy Orton is.
When he works with the right person, it's a great match.
Yes, and it has to be the right person.
Yeah, it is like, but I think like him personally doing stuff, I think it works well. I think he's really good in the ring. But I think he catches a lot of shit. Not lately, because a lot of people hate Batista more than they hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like...
They hate Batista so much now that he's a face, almost.
Oh,
Yeah, like, cause, I mean, for, like, the past, at least year, Orton's been hated by so many people.
Yeah, and then...
Batista comes in and...
Took the heat away.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, let's talk about that. How do y'all feel about the Batista comeback? What are your thoughts on it right now, since it's been on for a while? It's developed a little bit. How do you feel that it's gone?
I always love a good comeback, you know, like, I mean, when anyone comes back, like, even, like, recently we had Hulk Hogan come back, you know, just, like, and he's not wrestling, really, he's just talking.
Yeah.
But, like, I love that in general. My thing is with Batista is I don't feel like they ever know what they want to do with him whenever they bring him back.
I think what happened, when The Rock came back, he got a big pop. I mean, everyone loves The Rock. Come on.
Yeah, of course.
He's a movie star.
Yeah, Gridiron Gang.
But Tooth Fairy, come on.
Tooth Fairy, bro.
Yeah. But I think everyone thought Batista was going to get the exact same reaction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Batista's not as big as a star. I hate to say that because I love my Filipinos. He's like an 8th Filipino or something. And
Sidebar, real quick. Sorry to interrupt you. This is one of the things that pisses me off the most about Raider.
Yeah.
He does this thing. If anybody is like 1/16th, 1/52nd, if he finds out that they're something Filipino, he will find a way to fit in a conversation.
Like I just
let
did
you know,
on the podcast.
He'll be like, "Oh, yeah, you like that guy? He's like 1/800th Filipino. Suck my dick."
Rob
And
Schneider, is it part Filipino?
Never anybody cool, by the way.
Rob Schneider is a Filipino.
Continue. I'm sorry.
PG-13.
But
Rob Schneider in the Filipino.
Asian delegation.
the bigot. I'm Filipino and I'm a bigot. That's a really bad Rob Schneider.
for some reason, someone's gonna listen to this and pitch it to Rob Schneider, and we're gonna sue the shit out of him.
What if you're a Filipino, but you're also a bigot?
And he's gonna be like, I am Filipino, and I also am a bigot. Let's fucking do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. There's gonna be a live camera following Rob Schneider's life.
But wait till I get off this shift. I gotta
jerk
close
this
tonight.
dude.
Alright, so sidebar.
Sidebar's closed now.
Okay. So they were probably expecting Batista to have a big pop, and of course he's going to be in Defenders. What? Galaxy? Marvel?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dang.
So they were.
He's there promoting that.
They were thinking they're going to push him to be the superhero that he is, and culminate with the movie. But the fans absolutely hated it. They wanted Bryan to win. What they should have done, in my opinion, bring him back, lose somewhere in the Rumble, get his cardio back, because his in-ring performances are terrible.
Bad.
He just looks spent, and he doesn't have timing down with the guys that
His
have been
mic
doing
work's
it
not
all
even-
year long.
His mic work,
His mic works terrible.
Everything looks off. It looks like they rushed him back in.
Yeah.
Like you were saying,
Super
I'm sure
rushed,
they wanted to promote the movie and stuff, but I don't want to repeat anything you just said, but I felt like it was rushed.
Yeah.
Well, now that you bring all that stuff up, it kind of seems like they had an idea going in. it backfires. So now like all the writers are just
I feel like
they're
I feel like they're feeding into it now.
Yeah, part of it.
I feel like it's just they know the crowd already hates Batista, so they're just like, just play into it.
Part of it is the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community's fault. We I guess we're part of that community now that we have a podcast. Push Daniel Bryan.
Our podcast is 1/8 Filipino.
Actually, 1/3 right now.
Right now,
1/3.
No, it's 1/8.
Get it right.
It's
every podcast on the Geekers Network is
1/8 Filipino.
Big O in the middle, Rainer Gus guaranteed 1/32 Filipino.
Brought to you by Geekers.
Network. Come on, you can't just say it.
Brought to you by Geekers Network. That's Gus's line.
I mean, there's
there's
podcast.
Anyway,
Geekers
Foundation.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Good band.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't know. I never listened to him. I just felt like being cool for a bit.
Oh, okay.
So, whatever. We just passed the
I put
hour
wieners in my
mark.
mouth too. It's cool.
Y'all wanna? What are we doing? Keep this rolling, or
If y'all want to wrap up, y'all can. I mean, this is y'all show,
I have
man.
one final question.
Ooh.
okay.
Favorite diva,
Oh, of all time.
and it's about to get raunchy. So go and turn down the lights. Put some fucking Marvin Gaye on. We gonna vibe for a little bit. Talk to me, Rainer.
Damn. I have a long list, man. Let me
Okay,
just start throwing them out. With
Alright,
some
hold up.
some people can Google real quick.
Like
and
right
see
now,
pictures.
who's
Right
your
now?
favorite diva?
Right now? Oh, come on, AJ Lee, no. Puerto Rican Heat. You know what I'm saying?
We suck.
Oh yeah, Puerto Rican Heat right there. Oksana's hot. She's fine. Okay, I like my skinny white girls. Give me some Summer Rae. Give me some Summer Rae, man. I am all about Summer Rae.
Duddy, what you thinking, Doji?
I was hoping this question wasn't brought up because I'll get shit on for a lot of this. I hate the divas aspect of it.
But you love China.
No, I don't like that we have women brought into a sport finally that's mainly male driven, and so we're finally giving the women equal rights in a male driven sport. But at the same time, all they are is just like stupid. Like they write them to be actually stupid. So I, as a person who
Again, you're writing for kids and teenager boys.
I understand that, but like that's
it's a Michael Bay movie.
That's my big turn away from that. Even as I was younger, because like my sisters, like I had brothers too. Like my sisters would watch it sometimes and be like, look at how unfair that is that we have all these women here doing this thing, and like all these men get to be glorified.
They are glorified too for their sexiness.
Yeah, but that's
look
not
at the
what
bikini contest.
It should be for skill. To me,
Okay, then all right then. So okay, if that's what you're basing your divas on, then who is your favorite diva as a performer? None.
Because
Out of
I hate
Lita,
the way they're
Trish
written.
Stratus, AJ Lee, China. They were all great.
They were.
man.
AJ Lee.
I think that they gave China good shots
lately.
whenever they let China in the ring, she would actually go and do something like. My problem is, okay, there are times in wrestling where you can tell it's scripted or fake.
Yeah.
But the whole time during diva matches, you can tell. It's like whenever you have them just sitting there holding each other, and it's like, how is she not getting out of that? There's not a tight hold in that, and it's just them yelling and stuff, and it's an excuse for them to shake their asses.
Oh, well, yes.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, that's totally fine, and I do enjoy it, of course. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a bigot.
I'm the bigot on this podcast. Don't you take my ring name away from me.
As much as, like, I love seeing that, as much as me and my erection love seeing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It just totally turns me off. I can't.
So you don't even have a favorite diva? Not
No,
even for
I hate
appeal.
diva. I wish that we abolish it, keep it away from here, and then bring it back the right way.
Nope, keep them in. I love watching sexy women.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never really thought about it, like how you're bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same way, but there are actually divas that I do watch, and that I do think are actually good wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing you brought up earlier is like when the divas are in there, you can kind of tell the stage and the turns in the match and stuff a little bit more. But
it's not as fluid as the men's.
That's one complaint.
You can't throw each other around.
And that's on the writers to me. Like, I feel like there needs to be one writer who comes out and says, at least we need to have one diva that comes out and is like, I guess maybe kind of like the CM Punk of divas. She's just like, I'm going against this whole idea of diva-ness.
That would be tight.
I'm going to go in there and I'm going to whoop all these women's asses and stuff, and then maybe even she starts whooping men's asses. You know,
that'll also never happen.
That's the way I think that it should be, but you're right. It probably never will happen.
I think it should. I've never really looked at it like how you're saying, and it might just be. Well,
go ahead.
Everyone that I've ever really watched wrestling with or associated with wrestling, they've been men, and they've been like really just like, oh fuck, it's a sexy broad, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of like when I first started, like hell yeah. But then like as I grew into wrestling and I saw that like the technicality that goes into it, I saw that there were some good female wrestlers, and I do think, like you were saying, it's not equal. Because it's just brought in there to be kind of like almost filler, and that shouldn't be the point.
Let's face it, the wrestling is all entertainment.
True.
The men are there. The wrestling men are there for the action, and the women are there to be eye candy for the older guys that bring their kids.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it.
It's
a male-driven product.
Yeah, and like
you gotta have it. It's like cheerleaders in football. You don't. They hardly show it on TV, but you know they're there whenever they show them. You're like,
Well, I have a problem with that too.
See, well, like I said, it's
I mean, I understand that that's how it works, and I accept it. You know, I have to adapt to society, and that's how it works. It's just little problems with it. So, like, I'll watch a Divas match and stuff. Like, if I'm with a group of people and we're watching wrestling, of course I have to watch the Divas match. But if I'm just by myself, I usually skip past the Divas because I just don't care for it.
Well, can we get back to the original question at least?
I don't.
You didn't have one.
Duddy don't have one.
I don't have one. I mean, China. If I really have to, China.
Okay. Gus.
We're watching One Night in China. We really are.
Shout out to Oakwood watching One Night in China right now. That's what's going on behind us.
Yes, they are.
It's mostly guy ass the whole time.
Oh.
The trainer would hate. Or love. I can't.
No, that's X-Pac.
It's
Xbox.
Yeah, it's X-Pac, but...
Since they're not in that conversation anymore.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite diva, Gus?
Right now, it's Xbox. I like AJ Lee, of course.
Sexy.
She's sexy, and I do think she does good work in the ring. It hasn't been brought out as much lately. They're just trying for it not to be brought out.
Yeah.
I do think she's a good wrestler. Lita was always one of my favorites. Like, she did, like, some cool shit. Like, she did the Hurricane Rana. Like, Twist of Fate and, like, stuff off the top rope. Like, stuff you didn't really see divas do at the time, and I think it was really cool and it was really innovative. And, as far as just eye candy goes, Stacy Keibler was hot.
Oh, God. Legs.
Yeah, okay, if we're going by, like, who I'm most attracted to.
That's more or less what it was.
That's basically the question.
I mean, it's just... Oh, God.
Like, if you had, like, it was... I formatted the question wrong.
If you could make a life with one...
Yeah, if I could lay with one, it'd be Stacy all the way.
Stacy Keibler.
Actually, no, I like a huge bitch, so China. I'm going with China.
Original answer sticks.
Because I love a huge bitch.
Oh, man.
There will be One Night in Duddy.
Oh, in Duddy.
I'll let her in.
But all time great? Who is it? Who would you lay with?
Who would I lay with? God,
one to end all.
I don't know, man.
There's a lot.
There's too many.
Just like I said, there's Sable. Terry Reynolds was hot. Sonny. I remember Sonny back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Miss Elizabeth.
AJ.
Miss Elizabeth.
Mae Young was hot back in the day.
Mae Young was pretty fucking hot. Let's throw that out there. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get that out. I know she gave birth to a hand and all, but...
Mine, if I had to lay with one, I like Canada, Trish Stratus.
Okay.
Trish Stratus. Give me that Stratisfaction.
Oh, yeah. Rainer just came in his pants.
Oh, there's a win.
So we're going to wrap this up. Is there anything you want to plug, Duddy?
Yeah, let me see. So, like they said, this is the Geekers Network, and this is something that I started. And so if you want to go and check out my other podcast, Geekers Podcast is the first one. That's the thing that started all this. I wish they would shut up.
I'm sorry. You saw China's clit.
Well, they just saw China's clit, so I'm plugging that.
You
But yeah,
everywhere.
the Geekers. I wish I was plugging that. But yes, go check out the Geekers podcast. That's for anyone who likes film and TV discussions, along with comedy characters. If you're fans of things like Improv for Humans or Comedy Bang Bang, we do a little bit of styles like that.
Doctor Who.
We had Doctor Who on our most recent one, and that was a good time. Also, that was a very special guest she brought with her, so you can go check that out. I do another one that's solo by myself. It's called Who the Hell Are You? And that's for anyone who just likes, anyone who looks for the basic need of conversation between humans. People who are, if you want to come onto that show, it's for people who want to get stuff off their chest. For me to get stuff off my chest, it's
I'd like to get on that show.
Yeah, actually, I'm doing one with Rainer soon. So and I have one with Gus coming out after my South by episode. So we got everyone comes full circle. And that's what I like about this I'm starting a podcasting community in my town. And of course I want people, if anyone from other towns want to be part of the network, they're more than welcome. But it sucks because you look at podcasting and it's mainly based out of LA or New York. And a lot of it's the people from the Upright Citizens Brigade.
Yeah.
A lot of their members and stuff. And so of course they have a chance to get well known and stuff. But I'm just saying, if we build this community up right now, we can get it somewhere. At least if it gets known in Texas, then it gets known even more throughout the world.
If you could fight one person from Upright Citizen Brigade, who are you fighting?
Chris Hardwick.
Alright. Great answer.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, guys. I'm sorry.
UCB is it's an improv group that they have UCB LA and UCB New York, and it's just pretty much something I aspire to do. It's you just go there and you do improv troops and stuff. That's where a lot of really good comedians got their start. Are you a fan of Broad City?
I've been told I would be.
Okay, yeah, those girls, they were huge UCB alumni, and since then, it's a great place for people to get their start.
I know.
But yeah, back to my plugs. Who the Hell Are You on iTunes and Geekers on iTunes, and I'd like to thank Gus and Rainer for having me on here.
Thank you for having us in the network.
Dude, of course, man. If anyone wants to fund these projects that we have going on, it's going to be gofundme.com/geekersnetwork, and that way you can donate 50 cents to $1,000, whatever you want. I mean,
for $50, I will put you through a table.
For $100, I will do a promo where you get to hang out with the bigot, and that'll be cool.
For $100, I'll put the bigot through any table or anything you want.
$200, Gus will put the bigot through the table,
or any other object.
For $500, Gus will help you 3D me, the bigot, through a table on video.
And for free, Rainer will have sex with Dolph Ziggler.
With Dolph Ziggler. Dolph, I'll meet you in Hollywood, Florida, baby.
That's the perfect way to end. This has been, hold on. You cut the promo. Cut the ending promo.
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This was our first inaugural. We only have one inaugural, so this was our inaugural show. Thank you for joining us at Big Oily Men with Gus and Rainer
on the Geekers Network.